first part of sort of prepping video is food. I've got company for the camping trip, so I may not show that video, depending on what happens during the camp. Anyway, she seems quite nice. Hey, so what we have is, this is a gammon joint. Now, if you go and buy gammon steaks, 2 gammon steaks will normally cost you about £4 or £5, smoked gammon. This is smoked gammon joint. It will cost you about £5. The only difference between it, gammon, is where it's meant to come from, smoked. So the only difference between that, a 1 kilo-ish slab of meat, and your slices is thickness. That is the only difference. So, sharpen the knife, of course, helps. But yeah, it's really weird. Ceramic blade is really quite good. So yeah, I've got company tonight, which is going to be weird. I think she wants content for her channel, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have it on mine. I will stick it on Rumble, definitely, but her content tends to be a bit more, how should we say this? Interesting. Box ticking than mine. I'm actually less concerned about subscribers and stuff. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice, but I've got channels with lots of subscribers and I can't be asked to get them monetized. It's not worth the grief. So rather than pissing about taking cutlery and stuff, like too much stuff, I'm just going to chop it up into bite-sized pieces before I go. Oh, also with this stuff, it tends to have plastic around the edge to keep it together. So taking that off before you cook it tends to help. Yeah, it's really got a nice smoky smell to it. Another little thing about stuff like this, you can eat it raw. Ask your Germans, they can eat it raw. I do sometimes, but not so much pork, human or whatever this is meant to be. But things like beef I'll eat raw. The thing is, smoked is a form of cooking. So technically speaking, this should actually be, that's going to be enough to actually go in the pan along with some other stuff. Right. Go fridge. So that is pretty much bite-sized pieces to go in the pan. See, if I carry oil separate, it's going to leak, it's going to make a mess. And not good. So, roll that in bite-sized pieces. I've got a plastic bag here. This is basically, it had something else in it. The inside's clean. I think it was sausages. So that's going to go in that bag. Into that. Got to bear in mind, this is going in a smallish frying pan. I don't have any onions, so a mushroom. I could go foraging, but the thing about foraging is that you've got to be careful where you pick stuff up. If it's anywhere near ground level, guarantee squirrels, foxes will piss on it, because they're dicks. When it's small enough to cook quickly, but not so small as I can't tell, it's mushrooms. When I do cook it up, I'm going to chuck in some baked beans afterwards. So I take a tin of beans with me. Right. So, into the bag, which we have our meat in that. Rinse. Always keep your hands on rinse because if you're handling meat, the bacteria spreads like from dead meat. If it's a fresh kill, it's not as bad. So into that, I'm going to add some pepper. Quite a bit of pepper, because I like my spicy stuff. I like a lot of pepper when it's winter, when it's cold. And salt. And some vegetable oil. I don't use things like just like maybe a tablespoon of oil. It's just to stop it sticking to the pan when it's cooking. I don't like using things like olive oil because it tastes fucking horrible. So now that can... Don't squish it because you'll call it something like beef Wellington. That is now ready to go into my bag to be carried up the hill. So that is the prep done for the food. All I'm going to add to that is baked beans. Simple. Nice, simple option. I'll post what happens tonight on Rumble for my own legal protection, if nothing else. I doubt I'll post it on YouTube. She used to post on YouTube. She's still got a channel on YouTube. She's got quite a few actually. But she got demonetized, so she now sticks to her Patreon. I'm not going to tell you her name. That's her business. You'll see what happens on Rumble. So yeah, prep for the hike. Just a little prep.